Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So this is going to be a breakdown of that tiny size Marvel Ant-Man trailer. I know it's totally weird that they posted that, but the full trailer is going to be posting next Tuesday during the Agent Carter premiere. Don't worry, if you're not able to watch Agent Carter on TV, they'll still post the trailer online, so everyone's going to be able to watch it. Important stuff first. So in case you had trouble seeing the tiny footage, I tried to blow it up just a little bit. It's just shots of each of the characters. The full trailer next week is going to spell out what the story is going to be. You see Paul Rudd here as Scott Lang getting hauled off by the law. He's a thief in the comics, and those skills are going to be really important to the plot of this movie. Corey Stoll, as we see here, plays Darren Cross. He's the main villain of the film. He bogarts Hank Pym's technology to create his own shrinking suit and calls himself Yellow Jacket. They actually just released some high-res promo art that you probably saw. I mean, I posted in my Agent Carter video. All I'm wondering is what he does with these extra arms. It was actually funny listening to Corey Stoll talk about his character at the Comic-Con panel. It's just the way that, most villains don't think of themselves as villains.
I was Hank Pym's mentee and a genius scientist as well. And I've taken over the company, and some very judgmental people may think that that's in an evil direction, but I think I'm just taking it into the future.
And I know a lot of you have been asking me on Twitter about Yellow Jacket. Yes, in the comics, Hank Pym was Yellow Jacket. He used that name. Later, it was co-opted by a female villain. The movie is changing that. They're changing the backstory. And in the comics, they're also changing Darren Cross's backstory just a little bit too. He was kind of like a corporate competitor for Stark Industries, Trask, and Oscorp. Eventually, he started to die, performed this crazy surgery on himself, and as a result of a transplant, mutated and got minor powers. So he was a villain in the comics. They're making him more of like an evil Hank Pym, although Hank Pym is kind of evil in the comics at certain points too. Well, maybe not evil, but a little bit crazy. There actually was some crossover between the Scott Lang Ant-Man and Darren Cross in the comics. He was trying to find the doctor that performed Darren Cross's life-saving surgery so that she could do the same thing for his daughter, who was also dying. The movie's downplaying some of the Scott Lang comic book backstory, but he still has a daughter, and he's still going to be a thief. If you are a big fan of Ant-Man in the comics, just expect some changes. I mean, Marvel does it with all its movies, so I think people are starting to get used to that. Hank Pym, of course, played by Michael Douglas. He's actually going to be a really interesting addition to the Marvel universe. Watching him old man-splain the movie during the Comic-Con panel was probably one of the most fun things ever. It was like he was trying to explain who Ant-Man was to like a sea of comic book nerds who had been reading Ant-Man their whole lives. It was pretty funny. There was also that cherry popping moment, which was just like the icing on the cake. Here's the clip of that in case you didn't see it.
This is my first time here.
Here at Con, they call that a Comic-Con virgin.
Yeah. I'm a Comic-Con virgin.
Don't shout pop the cherry, that's disgusting. It's a human being, how dare you?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm popping my Comic-Con cherry.
This is it.
And it is as advertised. This is unbelievable.
Mr. Michael Douglas, I never thought I would say this to you, but we're also popping your cherry as well. It's very awkward.
I popped enough cherries.
I posted the entire Ant-Man Comic-Con panel and the Avengers panel if you guys want to watch those after this video, so I'll add links in the description. In the movie though, Hank Pym enlists Scott Lang's help to take down Darren Cross and get his Pym tech back. For those wondering about Edgar Wright's version of the movie, how that was different, in his version, Scott Lang was less of a thief. He was working at Hank Pym's company as a scientist. The daughter storyline was there, but it was a little bit different too. So this version of the story is actually a little bit closer to the Scott Lang origin story in the comics. I think the final version of the movie just paints Scott Lang as more of an average Joe type person. Like he's less of a Tony Stark figure working with Hank Pym. And yes, I do think there is potential for him to end up in a future Avengers movie, like in Avengers Infinity War, but I really don't know enough about the movie to speculate on that yet. Here we see Hope Van Dyne, played by Evangeline Lilly. She's also a big part of Team Pym in the movie. Like her mother is Janet Van Dyne, but in all the interviews that everyone has done, they have never mentioned Janet. So by all accounts, she's probably not in the movie in a big way, and she's probably dead. They will probably mention her whenever they have like Hank and Hope father-daughter scenes. I believe they mentioned that Hope is going to be estranged from Hank Pym. Like they'll have a very strained relationship. I can't remember a movie that Michael Douglas has been in where he's had a daughter in the film that he's had a good relationship with. Really, I think we all just want to know if Hope is going to take the mantle from her mother and become the Wasp. Like, that would be awesome. I feel like they wouldn't have cast Evangeline Lilly if they didn't want to go in that direction. She kind of just got done being a superhero elf in the Hobbit trilogy. There was a story arc in the comics where an alternate universe version of Hope named Hope Pym became Red Queen, but she was kind of a villain, so it's just one of the other small changes to the comics that the movie's making. That's pretty much it for this, tiny sized trailer, but the full trailer next week's gonna have a ton of footage. It'll be like that first Avengers trailer. It'll be nice and long. I'll totally do a full breakdown whenever it posts, so be sure to subscribe to get that. It's gonna be on the same day as Agent Carter, so I'll do my Ant-Man video first, and then I'll do my Agent Carter video. I will say it's probably gonna be like the weirdest movie Marvel has done so far next to Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it was more of a comedy when Edgar Wright was working on it, but I do still think that Ant-Man will be Marvel's first proper comedy with a lot of action in it. Like, they're not gonna do a Marvel movie without action. I do consider Guardians of the Galaxy a comedy, but I think it's an action movie first. Like, it's an action movie with a lot of comedy. If anyone's still wondering why Edgar Wright left the movie, it was mostly just because of all the script changes they made. I think he said, like, finally when it was all said and done, that it wasn't because of, anything bad. It was just that by the time they got to where they were in the script process, the movie was no longer his. It was no longer recognizable as the movie that he had written. He has like a very particular style with the films that he makes, and I think it was just hard to fit that into Marvel's system. Like, Marvel has a very specific tone and look that they're going for in all their films. They try to make all the films really consistent, so I think, whenever you bring in a director with a very particular style, it's really hard to fit that in. The new director, Peyton Reed, is also known for doing a lot of smaller comedies, mostly TV stuff. His most recent work that you've probably seen has been New Girl. He's done a couple episodes of that. He did Upright Citizens Brigade, which I think is totally awesome. He did Mr. Show on HBO, and he even did this Weird Al Yankovic TV show. So they would not have hired him if they didn't want Ant-Man to be a comedy. For those that are asking about where this movie fits in to the Marvelverse and the timeline, this is going to be like the last movie in Phase 2. Whenever they first announced the movie, whenever they were first conceiving of it, it was going to be the first movie in Phase 3, but I think with all the changes they made, they just decided it worked better with the tone and what was going on between the first and second Avengers films. So, by all accounts, just assume this is happening around the events of Avengers 2, like somewhere near that, maybe not right at the same time. Once they start doing more press for the film, they start doing more interviews, they'll probably explain that a little bit better. Those are always like the biggest questions, where does this fit in with the other movies? And are we going to see these characters in the other movies, like in the Avengers movies? I am really hoping that we get to see Evangeline Lilly and Paul Rudd in Avengers Infinity War. That would totally be awesome. I can understand, though, if that movie gets too bloated with characters, they want to leave them out. I was planning on talking about my top 5 Ant-Man stories in this video, but because it started to get a little too long, I'm just going to do a separate video for that. The really cool news, though, is that Marvel is releasing a brand new Scott Lang Ant-Man comic written by Nick Spencer on, surprise, surprise, January 7th, next Wednesday. They're releasing like the brand new run of the comics the day after they post the trailer for the movie. So you see how that works. It's supposed to be just as awesome as Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye, so if you're a big fan of that, definitely check out the new Ant-Man comic. Here's some of the preview pages. It looks like he's going to be interacting a lot with Tony Stark in and around Stark Industries. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do a giveaway for this trailer video that I'll post on Tuesday. I'll give away Comixology gift cards so people who win can buy the comic if they want. Let me know if you guys would like me to do that more often, like do Comixology gift cards instead of just straight up Amazon gift cards. All you have to do to enter that, though, is be a subscriber and leave a comment on my Ant-Man trailer video whenever I post that next week. I will remind everyone when I post the video, so no worries. Right now, if you're on your mobile phone or on your tablet, you can click up here. There's new mobile links. It's just the same as the links over here, but you can click here for my Agent Carter preview. Again, the Avengers trailer is coming on January 12th. I think I said February in the video, but you can also click here for the rest of my Marvel Avengers Phase 3 videos. Thank you so much for watching, so let's all high five. I will see you guys tonight.